everyone, how's it going? I'm DK.
I'm Rizzo.
And I'm Zero, and today in Anime Reaction Watch episode 5 of Mob Psycho 100.
If you want to check out our reaction to the 5th episode of Mob Psycho 100, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos. And thanks for watching.
So on this episode of Mob Psycho 100, we come back to the fight between Teru and Mob, which isn't really a fight because Mob refuses to fight with his psychic powers for reasons that become apparent in this episode.
Very
crystal clear.
Yeah. Now, there is one thing that I wanted to point out that I thought about talking about during the episode, but I decided to shut my mouth and save it for this, which is that, you know, when you get these stories with the kind of two perspectives where the hero refuses to use his powers to basically make his station in life better.
Right.
And then you get somebody from the opposite side of the spectrum where they always use their powers. Mm-hmm. It always seems to be that it's either one or the other. And you never really see an in-between, which always bugs me. Because, for instance, if I had powers like that, I would use them very similar to the way that Teru uses them. Basically to help myself out,
but not.
But I would draw a line at a certain point, you know.
Psyche Kuso.
Yeah, pretty
Psyche.
much. Like I would use them almost exclusively just to make my life easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not be a douchebag about it.
Yeah, so you know,
unless
use them to get good scores on tests.
Yep.
You know, use them to. I mean, basically just
make your life more
improve your
pleasant.
life.
Yeah, I totally would. I'm sure most people would too.
Yep, until you really fucked me over.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a heroic personality.
Yeah, so I feel like someone slammed me against a chalkboard and was choking me to death.
It would it would not get that far.
But I'm saying, you know, I mean, just
But I mean, say somebody like, you know, fucked you over in regular life. Let's not even talk about like trying to kill you. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie. I would probably use my psychic powers just to make them miserable for at least a day. Give them some sort of comeuppance.
Yep.
But
it's like there was. I went to work the other day, and I'm following this guy relatively closely, and this guy decides that he's going to run up behind me, get into the exit lane, pass me in the exit lane, and then cut me off. And then slam on his brakes because the guy in front of him slowed down. That guy, I would instantly levitate and put him in a tree for the rest of the day. Like that guy.
I would probably use my psychic powers to give him engine problems.
I'd do something.
I'd let him levitate and keep his engine running and lock him in the car for the rest of the day.
Because that guy really pissed me off.
I'm not gonna lie. I would use my psychic powers mostly for bad drivers.
To clear traffic.
Because there's a lot of bad drivers around here. But I suppose it's the kind of the sample size. Because, I mean, literally you could run into 1 million drivers just driving around on your normal commute here.
Yeah.
So you do got to think, you know, you're going to run into a lot more than you would in, say, you know, somewhere that's rural. But I would probably use it mostly for bad drivers. But yeah, like somebody like that, I would literally be like, okay, your engine's dead. Coast to the side of the road, have a bad day. It's not permanent. You know, it's not actually hurting the person. Might be hurting their wallet a little bit to get it fixed, but it's not actually hurting the person. It's just you get to have a horrible day now.
Yep. I'm probably a little bit more darker than that.
Yeah. So I say that I don't have a heroic personality, but I'm not 100% evil. I'm chaotic neutral.
We have morals.
I have morals.
It's kind of hard to find.
It's our own brand of morals.
I'm a generally nice person, but
like in this case, if I was in Mob's position, right, I would do my best to fight back in such a way that I wouldn't actually harm him until it became necessary to harm him. Like, I would probably show him a great deal of force just to prove that I am truly better. But I'm not going to attempt to hurt him.
yeah.
Try to convince him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, if in this case, a reverse barrier where you encapsulate your enemy.
So trap him basically in a barrier of psychic power. Let him try to use his powers to escape, and when he realizes that he can't overpower you.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm not gonna fight you, but I am better, and this is how I'm gonna prove it. You're not getting out of that shield. You're not getting out of it. I'm not gonna let you out of it until you calm down.
Yeah.
There you go. I'd probably be a little more funny than that. I put if I were in that situation, try to put a barrier around him and then just sit him in the corner. You're on timeout, so you calm down.
Stick him on the roof. You're in timeout. Just stay up there.
Just there we go.
Pretty much. I mean, basically, it's you can try to fight against it. You realize that I'm better than you, and you can then accept the friendship that I'm extending.
Yep. But
Or at least they offered to leave me the hell alone.
instead, Mob decides to really push buttons, mostly unintentional.
Yeah.
Until the very end, where he decides, like, you and me are exactly the same. Without our psychic powers, we're nothing.
Well, you gotta remember that Mob has about the emotional IQ of a cannoli.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
But I mean, forget like socially awkward. He's socially maladjusted.
Right.
He literally has no emotions. Well, I wouldn't say no emotions, but
Damn near close to no emotions.
damn near close.
But the entire episode is basically Teku just pressing up on him, attacking him over and over and over again,
Trying to
overcome him, and obviously he's failing, failing.
And then he finally snaps.
But he thinks he's winning.
Yeah. And I think that's where Mob really went wrong in that situation, is that he let the guy basically beat him up and down the school, even though he wasn't doing any damage to Mob. Because of the nature of all the damage that was happening to the school and the way that Mob was just like ragdolling around, it looked like he was doing very well. And I think that's the big problem. If it had been more of a no-sell, then I think that it would have turned out a little bit better. So if he went to go attack him and Mob just like stands there and just like takes the hit but doesn't move at all, then it would have been pretty obvious. Oh shit, that was my most powerful attack. I can't do anything against this guy.
Like the first time.
Yeah.
But after the first time, he just didn't care.
Yeah.
That's certainly how it felt. And then at the very, very end, we get this brutal scene where Teku has been
Teru
had the right button pushed, and instead of using his psychic abilities, ran up and just started choking a bitch.
Started strangling him.
That got dark quick.
Yeah, that got dark really quickly, and then eventually Mob actually passes out, and then his psychic powers basically go into defense mode.
Overdrive.
Question mark %
Well, it's basically like him releasing 100% except more.
Yeah.
And it doesn't actually remove the percentage of how, I guess, stopped up he is, or...
Yeah, that's progress to his explosion.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of how frustrated he is, I guess, like in the back of his mind or something like that.
In this instance, it also seemed like he ended up being a psychic black hole, basically. He started to he basically had this like Super Saiyan
spirit.
Boom.
I would. Oh man,
what's the spirit bomb thing? World, lend me your strength.
What smells like deer?
Pretty much.
But when he first goes into that form, it's like the first time some of the Saiyans transforming. It's very explosive, very forceful.
It's epic. You just know something big is happening. A lot of power is concentrating.
Just by him opening up this mode that he's in, blew the clothes off of Teru.
Just the transformation.
It had nothing to do with anything else that he used. It was just Super Saiyan, boom, and clothes off.
And then the school exploded.
Yep.
And then the ultimate face that is not paused upon appeared. It's just that wall of black and just out.
Yeah,
that was
it was almost
hell.
like the painting of the Scream.
Pretty
And
much.
that's when he knew.
He fucked up.
Yeah, I thought it was really kind of cool, just like how that happened, and then he came back to himself, realized that he did what he did, which wasn't the first time that he did it, and then that progresses him up to 100%, and he uses that 100% to completely just pristinely rebuild the school back to perfection.
Unfortunately, he did nothing to tear his hair.
That poor guy. He probably deserved it, though. Okay, he
deserved it. He had it coming, and it'll grow back.
Yeah.
Keep dreaming, bro.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
They're all wearing toupees.
Nope, it's real.
You only wish, bro.
I'll make it happen. There will be hell to pay.
I'm locking my door. You're not coming at me with any trimmers.
Everybody must be bald. And there's a reference. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that pretty much ends it up. Teru decides that he's never going to use psychic powers against another person again.
Not that he has a choice, because when Mob was in that sort of released form, it looked like he absorbed his powers anyway.
I don't think that he stole his powers completely. I think he was just absorbing power in general.
Just in general.
Which, basically, it'd be like, like if somebody siphoned your gas tank. Rather than like stealing his ability to use powers, I think it probably just like stole whatever power he has to use for the day.
Fair enough.
He will
Okay.
recover that.
Yeah.
I think that's how it looked.
Okay, that would make sense.
Or it was a small amount.
So yeah, it's either that it was a small amount, or it was
Just what was there.
It was like somebody siphoning your gas tank as opposed to stealing your gas tank.
Yeah.
Stealing your car.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of backstory with Mob and his
brother.
bro, and a little scene where Mob went 100% while his brother was being bullied.
I think he actually went into the other mode, the question mark %. Because the way that I understand it so far, the 100% is only when he gets like kind of that mental frustration over time.
Stress is just a short
just
burst of
mental
his power.
stress. and it's a short burst of his power. The question mark percentage
is when he goes unconscious.
is when he's
Like being
under
attacked.
duress and goes unconscious. Which the high school bullies back in the day
Toss him into a
basically
wall.
tossed him into a wall, and he got knocked out and beat them down. But yeah, basically his brother tells him that it was the bullies who injured him and not Mob, which I think is a lie.
Trying to
make Mob feel better and
shield him from getting a complex about it, which he already has, though. I mean, and how?
And then he watches his brother watches the news and realizes, oh shit,
It's the same thing.
that totally just happened today, which is probably why he brought that up. And yeah, his face was just like, oh shit. Like that is an oh shit face.
That
You can see
that
that.
face is not paused upon. Actually, it should be paused upon.
Anyway, so I think that's about it for this one.
Yep.
Yeah,
So let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't.
That's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo. See you next time.